What does pioneering really mean? It is about having the vision to look beyond the waterfall and to see the machinery it can create. This approach resulted in a weapons factory in Husqvarna, Sweden in 1689 and gave birth to the Husqvarna brand. The factory broadened its output in the late 1800s, expanding to sewing machines, stoves, cookers, bicycles, and then forestry and garden products. A pioneering approach requires the ability to not just visualize, but to realize one's dreams, just as Husqvarna did by setting a small combustion engine within a bicycle frame to create their first motorcycle. At the time, it was a token of freedom, speed, and infinite potential, the start of a legendary journey. The pioneer will question the status quo, much like the Husqvarna engine design engineer Volker Mannerstedt, who developed the new lightweight four-stroke engine concept. This revolutionary design brought Husqvarna motorcycles its earliest competitive triumphs in the famous TT races, recording over 180 victories by 1931. To be a pioneer, one must be prepared to adapt, endure, or persist, especially when times get tough. The Second World War was a bleak period in man's history, but in those challenging times, Husqvarna motorcycles saw an opportunity with their small, lightweight, and robust motorcycles that were a perfect solution for the destroyed road network of post-war Europe. The iconic silver pillion was the spark for off-road motorcycling, before evolving into the very first series production off-road model. Pioneers are not intimidated by boundaries. Torsten Hollmann elevated the brand to new heights with great success at the major races of the day, clinching 4 world titles. Hungry for a new challenge, Torsten headed over to America with his trusty Husqvarna, and after winning every one of the 23 heats he started there, it sparked the birth of motocross in the US. A pioneering mindset means never resting on your laurels. Despite the success of the 60s in off-road motorsport, Husqvarna kept moving ahead in the next decades, expanding victories in global motocross and enduro championships, and adding several Baja victories to the tally. By the 80s, off-road motorcycles had become serious business, and in 1983, Husqvarna set a new benchmark with the release of the revolutionary 510TE. Lightweight, with easy handling and air cooling, this off-roader was the forerunner for the modern generation of 4-stroke competition motorcycles. When Husqvarna motorcycles were sold and moved to Italy, the core Husqvarna development team chose to rather remain in Sweden. They broke away and launched the new Husaberg brand in 1988, with designs based on their long-developed engine concept. It was a bold and pioneering step. In 2007, Husqvarna Motorcycles' European journey continued with another twist in the road as the brand was sold to a new owner. But it was a rather short-lived relationship that ended in less than 5 years. Finally, in 2013, Husqvarna Motorcycles joined the KTM Group, who had acquired Husaberg in 1995 and grown it successfully. A brand new range of enduro and motocross bikes kicked off the momentous reunion in 2014. For those with pioneering vision, the journey is never over. Husqvarna, at the time perceived as an iconic off-road brand, made a bold return to the street with the 701 Supermoto and 701 Enduro, but they were already looking much further ahead. With the Vitpillen 401 and Svartpillen 401 concepts, Husqvarna motorcycles opened up a new gateway to motorcycle culture. Pioneering means taking the future into your own hands. So pick up this pen. Feel that? The pioneering power now rests with you.